their home. And we're underway. 36ers get the tip. Chris Warren brings it up for Adelaide.
See the Cairns in a zone to start off the game. Interesting maneuver here.
Stephen Way finds Mitch Creek. Baseline jump shot comes up short. And Brad Hill pulls down the board.
That's probably been the only criticism of Mitch Creek's game as we speak, is the outside shot. He looked very comfortable there, though, going up. Had good fluid motion and just pulled up short as we saw Brad Hill then take it to the basket.
Way into Johnson, trying to figure out a way to come up against this zone. False tip goes to Mitch Creek. Contact, no call. Creek skips it over to Stephen Way. Way finds Johnson, but it's boarded by Brad Hill. Again, showing you his athleticism.
Nice block there by Brad Hill, knocking it off the glass. Adelaide are going to have to get the ball inside against the zone, make a bit of a presence for themselves there, as Diamond Simpson should have had a steal. Just knocked it off his leg.
Brett, I think it was one of those steals where you go to get out in the passing lane and the pass was so bad that it wasn't in the lane. It came right at him.
He couldn't believe that it came to him, could he? That it was that easy.
Andrew Warren gets some help, or gives the Cairns Taipans some help. Jamar Wilson looking to explore in transition, comes up short. Daniel Johnson with the board.
Tough shot there against probably 2 or 3 bigger guys. He's able to get it off, but the percentages certainly come down against 3.
Warren, shot clock down to single figures. Way rips it through, going baseline. Brad Hill with illegal hands in there. Adelaide will inbound the ball from the sideline as Cairns stick to this 2-3 zone. Why not? Neither team has scored.
They might as well stick with it if they keep getting stops. Be interesting to see. Alex Loudon had a quiet game here 2 weeks ago. If he can pick up and get some scores, will certainly help us. Mitch Creek slashes down the lane, finishes off.
And that's where he is at his best. Tremendous slasher. Crosswhite tries to get to the rim, and he scores.
Nice finish there. He's able to take it up with his non-preferred hand. Get the bucket, and he'll go to the line for the 3rd.
There was no contact on that one. Oh, my goodness. He might have had a gentle hand on his hip. I mean, the type of hand that you put on your grandmother when you're helping her through a door.
But that's a good opportunity for Adelaide to have set the tone there. You get someone driving into a wide-open bucket for someone to come across, set the tone physically for the game, and if you're going to foul, you may as well have a hard foul there, as we see Cairns in a half-court trap here, upping the pressure as well.
Warren, little mismatch, so he stepped back on Ian Crosswhite. Mitch Creek with the impressive offensive rebound. Stephen Way now with a good look outside the three-point line, and he drills it.
He's caught it in good rhythm there. He had enough time to get out there. Knocked the 3 in, so that'll be good for his confidence.
Well, they'll try and keep the basketball out of Jamar Wilson's hands. And he clears him out as soon as he gets it. Warren applying the pressure in the backcourt.
In Crosswhite was one that Adelaide will certainly have to keep an eye on. Adelaide have had trouble stopping the scoring big fellas this year, and they're going to have to keep an eye on In Crosswhite, because he was very good 2 weeks ago.
Warren with the steal. Jamar Wilson got a little lazy with it. Diamond Simpson working his stuff down in the low block. He is very tough to handle down there in single coverage.
Cairns are going to either have to double him or really force him out. They can't just let him bang his way in that close, because he is so efficient. He's shooting the ball close to 70% for the year. They can't let him get that close. He's not going to miss.
Loudon comes up with a blank on a good strong drive to his right. Creek puts it on the floor. He finds Simpson. His medium range jump shot from the baseline is good. When he's knocking him down outside the paint, that's a good sign for Adelaide.
Well, look out, because he is a little bit suspect from 12 feet out, as we've seen from the free throw line this year. He has struggled a little bit. If he's knocking that down, Cairns could be in trouble.
Andrew Warren started a backdoor cut and then decided against it. Ian Crosswhite. Little miscue. Way.
Good job.
Way creates a little space for himself, comes up short.
Most coaches will say to never fake a backdoor cut. If you're going to go, but don't go halfway, because that's what will happen. The ball will just get thrown out of court.
Some great hustle by both teams. Wilson.
Nice hang time there. Is he out? Daniel Johnson coming across for the block.
I was trying to figure out what to call that. Johnson passes a little behind him. Cairns have numbers. Diamond Simpson running alongside Brad Hill, picks up the foul.
And that's where Brad Hill's at his best, getting out into the open court. Very hard to stop in the open court as he takes it hard to the bucket there. Draws the foul against Diamond Simpson.
He had his foot in the air. I don't think he actually put it out. Good play. Let's go, pretty sure anyway.
Well, Simpson's got two. That one, there was some contact. Brad Hill did a good job of creating the bump. But his first foul, that's unfortunate. He's on the bench with two already.
Yeah, Adelaide need Diamond Simpson out there as much as they possibly can in the big man department. They're a little bit shy, and he's certainly one of their best targets.
Wait for the rim before you run in.
I think if you're not a great free throw shooter, you really shouldn't say anything on Twitter. Brad Hill clangs two of them, but he'll get another one.
It's always hard for players when they're coming back to their home state if they've only just left coming back. Their first couple of games, when they're going against the crowd rather than having that crowd cheering for them, can be difficult. But most guys normally have a cracker of a game or one that they like to forget.
Well, Brad Hill gets one of three. Everard Bartlett into the game for Adelaide. Way backing down the smaller Hill. This goes right into his body. Gets the jump hook to go. Wilson finds Andrew Warren. He casually gets it up. He had about a second to spare on his 8 seconds to bring it up over the half-court line. Wilson spins, gets to the rim, and he's fouled. Oh, he is a handful.
He's tough, isn't he? He gets in those lanes real well. A real nice spin there, as you can see. Spins around, gets Warren in a little bit of trouble. Battle of the midgets there and down low.
Timeout on the floor. Adelaide 36ers up 11-6. We'll be back with more first quarter action.
Why pay cash to sell your car? Why have people constantly calling you on the phone?
Ben's car, Chloe's car, Pete's car, your mum's car, Dave's car, him's car, your car, Eric's car. We're buying a car. We're buying a car. My life has taught me one lesson. Happy endings only happen in the movies.
The story's not over yet.
Hugo, a Martin Scorsese picture in 3D, now showing.
Now, obviously, that swing, he's parried into Jamal's good action out of that. Next play, if they score, I want to run an invert. Right, I want to run an invert. Flash that big. Andrew, you're around the outside. Jamal, you're right to the front of the rim. See if we can post them up again.
We got to watch when they score, they're jumping. So we got to come back. We got to make sure
Look up the floor. Strong leads and offense, strong leads to the wings. If you're in your secondary, cut hard. Side, top side.
1, 2, 3, cut. Oh, Brad. I'm sorry. You call it Brad Hill. He's not doing any talking to Aaron Fern. Aaron Fern talking to his guys about what they need to execute. Brett, you know, 6 points here. Fresh off of a loss. You're on the road. You know, what are some of the things that, you know, when Phil Smythe was coaching you, what would he talk about? You guys were so good, so consistent, so good on the road when you were playing with the 36ers in your championship runs. What were some of the things that you guys talked about when you started off a little sluggish?
Yeah, just trying to get some energy in there. It's good for guys on the bench to really talk it up, get some energy out to the guys on the floor, but also the guys on the floor to be running some good plays, not just coming down shooting the first time they get it, to get everyone a good touch, get the guys you want the ball so that you can get some scores on the ball and just get on a bit of a roll. Especially after a loss, you want to be coming out and getting a good start to the next game and try and get going from there.
Wilson gets both free throws. Makes it a three-point game, so a team that started off sluggish, only shooting 33% from the field, has managed to stay in the game.
Tom Daly out on the court for the Adelaide 36ers. One of those young guys that we're talking about could see some more time throughout the course of the year.
Also Nathan Herbert into the game for the 36ers. I mean, that's ball just sailed over his head.
Very hot here in Adelaide today. Quite muggy too. They're going to have to get their rotations going quite frequently. I think tonight these guys are going to get worn out pretty quick.
Those field goal percentages I was talking about. Taipans just 2 of 6 at 33%, of course. If you want to check your math. I've got a computer right in front of me, so Warren with his pull-up jump shot just outside at the top of the key. Bartlett, they turn down Johnson to get it to Nathan Herbert. Bartlett puts it on the floor, spins, can't get the roll. Way. Adelaide will slow it down after a couple of offensive rebounds.
I don't think Cairns would be too unhappy with the scoreline here. I think Adelaide's probably had a bit more of the tempo. They were only down 3 now. Now they're down 6, but this is what they did only a couple of weeks ago. They just hung around. Andrew Warren caught fire, hit 3 threes in the last. Ian Christwhite executed and they were able to get in front. So I don't think they'll be too unhappy though.
Yeah, he enjoys the fourth quarter. Andrew Warren, Alex Loughton on a pass from Warren. Loughton just shaking his head. He's having a little trouble getting one to go. He's getting good looks. Just hasn't been able to knock one down in the early stages of the game. Cairns find themselves down by 6. Is Adelaide. Bring it up. Marty Clark waving his team on like he wants the tempo to turn up. Great pass from Bartlett. He misses the layup, Daniel Johnson, but another offensive rebound by the 36ers. Bartlett this time gets the score. Super drive, change of direction, puts it up nice and soft.
Adelaide did a real good job there of screening the defense. A great screen and roll there. They were able to hit Daniel Johnson. Brad Hill coming across just caused him a little bit of worry on the execution, but Bartlett taking it nice and strong, taking the hit there and able to finish off.
Crossline charge with the foul. Didn't do a whole lot wrong there. He's just kind of standing there, maybe like moved at the last second. A pretty easy shot, really, once we saw the slow motion replay by Bartlett. Gary Williams having some trouble getting it over. That's an 8-second violation. Pretty easy call to make. The shot clock is staring you right in the face.
You can't really argue with that, can you? No. When you look up there and you see the time has completely ticked away.
Daly can't handle it. Crosswhite came very close to throwing it away. Gets it back in the post. Creates some space for himself. He traveled.
Both teams pretty loose here at the offensive end. They're not executing well. I think if one team can settle down and get some good shots here, it's a good opportunity to break away.
Both teams going to their bench. Not sure if Adelaide is deeper, but I believe Adelaide will go deeper onto their bench and use their bench a bit more than Cairns do. Aaron Fern's a little more old school, goes about 8 deep.
I think that's a good philosophy to have, except when it is extremely hot. You need to get the guys a bit more time, but playing 8 deep, it at least allows the guys to get into a bit of rhythm. As we see Adelaide with a good steal. Good foul there by Aaron Grabo to stop the two, but it'll send Stephen Way to the line.
It was a good foul, too, and he had to kind of go back and he made initial contact. Get a look at it. He makes initial contact, gives it a little pop on the head just to make sure
he gets his money with it, doesn't he, Aaron Grabo? Around the league, nickname grab hold instead of Grabo. But he is very good at the defensive end, and he knows how to foul.
Yeah, you rarely get called for 2 fouls. I bet if he didn't hit him in the head as he was spinning, he would have made that.
White out here.
He still had a little bit of balance left.
He's such a strong young kid, isn't he, Stephen Way? He's got all the attributes of a great basketballer. He's about 6'8". He's solid. He's quite athletic. He's got good handles. He can shoot the ball. I'm just waiting for him to explode into that real international caliber of player.
Cross-white on a nice feed from Jamar Wilson. Blew his assist, but padded his offensive rebounding stat.
Big guys are very good at that. But Cross-white's very good at that. On those second efforts, he gets up extremely quick to be able to tap that one back in.
Bartlett on a step back. Daly chases it down, throws it upstairs to Wade Helliwell. That is gloved from behind by Aaron Grabo. He's called for a push, but his hand was right on top of the ball.
Unlucky there. Wade Helliwell did the right thing with the up fake to get rid of the first offender, but then didn't know Grabo was coming from behind, and maybe there was a little bit of body, but he certainly got the ball very clean there.
It's so difficult to get a clean block without having some body contact. And one of your teammates did it very well, and he wasn't even a big man. It was Darnell Mee.
Darnell Mee was exceptionally good at that, just coming from the weak side, of coming behind people, and he had that such great timing with his round-arm swing, and usually gets so many blocks from the weak side of coming from behind.
One game before he even joined you, the 36ers, he's playing for Canberra. He had 9 block shots against you. Not you personally.
Probably most of them on me. I used to remember that you'd get past him and you'd think, oh, great, now I can shoot it. And he'd come from behind and get you from behind. But all the good shot blockers just have that instinct, the great timing, when to jump and how to get the block.
This game's being called pretty tight. We've seen a couple of no calls early, but you know, players will make an adjustment as long as the game is being called consistently, which I believe it is. The players will follow suit and won't have hands in so often.
Adelaide would have to be happy with their defensive efforts so far. Cairns only on 10 points. They're shooting at 30%. A couple of pretty nasty turnovers starting to happen. It's getting a little bit ugly. These teams need to settle down a little bit here.
Cairns will. They always have the ability. Brad Hill may have gotten away with a travel. Crosswhite has it knocked away. Hill trying to get to the rim. Takes the bump. His lefty's off the mark. Crosswhite just slides a bank shot in.
Brad Hill normally pretty good with that left-handed finish. He nearly prefers it in a lot of instances when he's going into the key to have that nice soft touch with the left, but he was unlucky on the last attempt.
Ing in there for Adelaide. That'll spread the defense out. Helliwell. Extra pass to Bartlett. That's straight. That's good.
We're right behind him there, Steve, and that looked good. Straight out of his hand, and he's been a reasonable pickup for Adelaide. Halfway through the season, they've got him. He's fit in pretty quickly. He's getting some court time, and he's performing quite well.
Jeff Dowdle was more open than he thought because Wade Helliwell had hit the deck.
6 on the clock as Adelaide come in.
Ing. And the ball stolen by Brad Hill. 36ers don't get a shot off, but they got plenty of points in the first.